Hey everybody, how you doing? In today's episode, we are going to set the Wayback Machine back a few years and have ourselves a little coding exercise. What are we doing today? We're building a Banner Rotator. Yep, it'll be fun. Let's go. So let's take a look at what we're doing today. So here gives us an idea of what our finished product will look like. As you can see here, we have a banner. We have our forward and next. If we go ahead and play this, we see that we can do a forward button. And if we wait 5 seconds, you will also see that it will automatically advance. We have a back button, which we can go and do. There are 10 images, so you can see here that this will be an infinite loop of a selection of images for our Banner Rotator. To get started, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our data and just give you an idea of what we're working with, because we always want to keep things as simple as we can. So as you see here, I have a list. It's got a collection of images, and I have a display order. You can make this as elaborate as you want in terms of maybe you have publishing dates or active or inactive, maybe a link. That part's up to you. Right now, we're going to focus on building the banner. Okay, so this will just be an image and a sort order. If we look here, we have a horizontal gallery, and that will be our banner. So yeah, this is an older thing in terms of websites, but it's still used, and it uses Power Apps technology. So if we do want to use this in a Power App, we'll have a way to do it. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together, and so we can see how this goes. So we're going to go here to our new screen, and let's go ahead and start by adding, well, first thing, let's look at how we're getting our data. So in the app on start, very simple. We have a collection, and as you can see here, it is nothing fancy. We have a collection, and it's sorted by display order. Banner images, as we noted before, is just simply the name of our image library, and it's just a document library. There is nothing fancy about it, but just want to give you an idea where we're coming from. So we get app on start, we go ahead and we put our images in memory. Now that we have an idea of what our collection looks like, let's go ahead and do something with it. We're going to start, as I mentioned, in our layout area, and we're going to do a blank horizontal gallery. So we're going to drag that on the screen, and we will pick our collection of banner images as our data source. What we want is an image, so let us go to media and grab that real quick. Drag that in here. Now our image is our link to the item. So we see here we have a gallery. Now it's going to be a bit tall. We don't need it that tall. And for starters, I'm going to leave it like this so we can see them move. But we will eventually change that. Now we do have, if you see in the gallery, since we are expanded beyond the borders visibly, right above my head here, over here, we are going to turn off our show scroll bar. That's really the only modification to the gallery itself that we need to change. You can put a border on there, you can do what you want to, but for functionality's purposes, that's all we have to do. Now, we will need some controls, and we're going to do that with icons. There we are. And I'm not going to do anything overly elaborate here. We are going to do just simply the left and the right arrows, because we just really want to prove a point. Ding. Let's go find the right. There we go. Right. All right. So we have a basic set of controls and a bunch of images. Now, what we need to do is advance them forward and backward. And we're going to start with essentially our next button. And that will go with our onSelect. So we have a collection, and we're going to need to manipulate that collection. We can't choose the selected item in a gallery, or at least we can't, focus on it. So the way we're going to do moving the items is we're just going to take the items in the collection and we're going to rearrange them. We're going to be adding and removing items to this collection. We'll see how right now. So the first thing we're going to do here on Select, let's go ahead and give us some room. So when we go next, what we have to do is move everything toward the next arrow, which means we have to take essentially the first item in the collection and remove it. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to go ahead and get a pop item, and that's going to be what we're going to pop from, old array terminology, and we're going to do the first in our collection of banner images. So now we have that. We're going to remove it, right? Real easy. Remove collection banner images bar pop item. Now that will take it away. But now what we need to do is we took our first one, and now we need to move it to the bottom of our collection. So very easy. We're going to recollect call banner images bar pop item. That will put it on the bottom of our collection. So let's see if that works. So we see here for some reason we started on 7. Need to look at that. But as we move over, we see here that, all right, there we go. Why did that happen? So we see here, if we test that, we click next and we see we are moving forward. So how do we go backwards? Well, that's a little trickier because collect just adds to our collection. It does not add in a particular place. We do have the sort order, but it'd be a lot to have to rearrange that within our collection. So what we're going to have to do is a little bit more manipulation to go backwards. First thing we're going to do again is we're going to set our pop item. Instead of the first item, we're going to choose the last in our collection. Now that we have the last image, we're going to remove that just the same. So now we've removed the bottom. We got to put it back in place. And so thankfully everything's in memory. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and create a temporary collection. So the first thing we're going to do is clear collect, call temporary banner images. And we are going to add call banner images. So now we have the remnants of our original collection in a temporary collection, and now we're going to go ahead and put it all back in the original. So we'll clear collect, call banner images, and we're going to just go ahead and add bar pop item and our call temp banner images side by side. What that'll do is it'll paste our pop item and then it'll paste our temporary that way, and now we should see that we can go backwards. Right. 3, 2, and 1 didn't make it apparently. So now if we want, since we've seen that it works, what we can do now is we go to our gallery and we can make this a bit bigger. We can go to our item, we can do this, and we could also, if we get our item, stretch that to the point where we only have one image, stretch that image, and now you can see here that it's more of a true banner rotator. But what if we want to have this automatically rotate? Well, for that, we will need our friend, the timer. We'll drag one here. Now for duration, we're just going to go ahead and do 5 seconds. 5 seconds. We will have an auto start equal to true. And really what we need is the on timer end function. All we're going to do is we're going to take our next code, come down to our timer, and paste. Last thing, of course, is we need repeat set to true. And we should see, give it 5 seconds, 4, 5, there it went. Rotates again. And now we have our banner. So, sure, it's a bit old school, but again, never ceases to amaze me what people still want on their particular apps and their websites. So I thought this would be a fun exercise in using a gallery, essentially having an infinite scroll in a gallery. I hope this was useful. See you next time. Bye, everybody.